Hello, Rowan Mithril here once again, getting back to the Pikmin 1 No Deaths run. It's day 8, and we're headed back for the distant spring. We're gonna try and clear this area out today. We still have 4 parts to gather here, so it's gonna be a bit of a hectic process, but I think we can do this. Alright. We're gonna start by taking out 40 reds. Essentially, we're just going to be staging these guys. Though first we are going to go take care of a little problem. They're going to sneak through here, and we're going to take out this puffy blowhog. Left unchecked, he's going to be a major issue later on. He has a nasty habit of flying around those sleeping dwarf bullbears, so the faster we can take him out, the better. By luring your troops over near where the bullbears are, it can drop them on him and wake them up. But I think we're okay. Just get everybody off grass duty there. So with that done, we're going to sneak our reds back through here and work on building this stick. Make sure everyone's accounted for. Good. They're going to build that stick, and they're going to be basically right where I want them. Now we're going to get out 40 blues. The 40 blues, we're just going to sneak them through here too. And we're going to take them deep into enemy territory. Okay, we haven't left anyone behind. Good. Alright, we're going to take out this trio of shearwigs by just basically dive-bombing them. Alright. I don't know where the Snitchbug is for the moment. So, oh, there you are. He at least showed up quickly. So hopefully we can just wrap this up quickly. There we go. So we're going to get these guys to work on breaking down the white bramble wall. And while they're doing that, Olimar is going to go over here and fight off this trio of water dumples. Again, it's a bit of a time sink. Pikmin could do it faster. But honestly, I'd rather just go ahead and get them out of the way with Olimar. Because I just really don't want Pikmin having to fight these guys. They're just too dangerous, too aggressive. It's too easy to accidentally lose Pikmin doing this. And well, the blues are going to be busy for a while anyway. Because basically right now, we're going to concentrate on getting the blues through what they need to do. Alright, so that's done. So let's go see how the blues are doing. They're almost done with their task here. I've got to be ready to whistle them as soon as they're done, because I don't want them latching on and trying to carry the Snitchbug back. Alright. I also don't want you carrying that back. So we're going to go ahead and get the blues to work on carrying back a couple of parts. First, 20 blues need to go up here. And it is a bit of an exacting thing. Alright. These 20 are going to come over here with us. We're just going to stage them here. Olimar is going to go up here. And we're going to use the overhead view because it makes it a bit easier to aim the Pikmin where I need them to go. We've got to toss them into the Candypop Bud. Despite the squeaks, they're not actually being killed. The Candypop Bud basically resets their life cycle as a new type of Pikmin. Basically, we've just turned 20 blues into 20 yellows. It does, however, reset their life cycle. They went in as flowers, but they're coming out as leaves. But for what we're about to do, we actually do need 20 yellows. But this area is surrounded by water, so you can't conventionally get them over here. This will show up in my records as a downturn in the blue population and an upturn in yellows. But it will not show up as lost Pikmin, and that's the key thing. We need to toss them over to the beach here. Be very careful doing this. Alright. So we need to get them up here to this part. And that's the key thing. We can't toss blues this high. So they're going to have to go up there and drag this part down to the beach for us. It takes a total of 20 to carry it. But, being yellows, they're not going to be able to get it off the beach. So we're going to have to whistle them off and reconvert them. One latched back onto the part again. Come on, get in. Everybody into the pool. There we go. Now, while we're waiting on that, we're going to go ahead and get the blues we already have, carrying back the Kronos reactor. Using strange new technology, this machine's able to warp the space-time continuum and turn it into energy. I'm constantly amazed at how many mysteries are locked inside the parts of my ship. So we're going to get 20 to work on carrying this back. And then we're going to harvest the 20 that we just sprouted. This basically reverses the population downturn I was just talking about. Since that Blackstone gate back at the landing site is still in place, they're going to carry this part down the river. It's a bit of a longer path, but it's also safer since we've already taken everything out along that way. Meanwhile, these blues are going to come with me to gain another part. We're going to toss them up here. Use the geyser to get up here. Reunite with the gang, and toss them over here for this part. So, let's see just what we have here. We have the number 2 Ionium Jet. It's easy on the eyes, and its fuel efficiency is easy on the budget. So they're going to go ahead and start carrying those back. Meanwhile, we need to go reunite with our reds. The ones we staged over here so long ago. We're going to sneak them around behind this bull bear. That is, if nobody trips. Now, word of warning, remember, the red Pikmin are immune to fire jets, Olimar is not. They will still hurt him. So now we need to take out another armored cannon beetle. We know how to deal with these guys. Toss as many reds on there as we can, as quickly as we can. And there we go. Another part located. But we're not going to be able to carry it back just yet. But we can go ahead and look at it. I've discovered the bowsprit. With this piece installed, my ship should regain some of its sleek shape. And yes, that's actually a real term, I looked it up. It can also be pronounced bowsprit, though, but it's mainly a regional thing. So the Reds are going to have to build that ramp. Meanwhile, back to the landing site with us. The Kronos reactor is almost back home. Kronos reactor. This reactor changes permutations in the space-time continuum into pure energy. Basically, it's like a big rubber band. And that's 20 out of 30. For now, though, we need to gather 10 yellows. I'm sure you know where we're going with this by now. Just to check, where is the jet at the moment? Okay, that's it right there. Alright. It's making good progress home. That's what we want to see. For now, though, we need to gather bomb rocks. It's important that we find all 10 here. And it looks like we've got them. Alright. That went quickly, that's what we want. So the key thing here, the 2 hits that I got on the Blackstone Gate yesterday did indeed count. So it's only going to take 7 more bombs to take it down. Separate out the unarmed. Separate out the unarmed. Get you guys a little bit away from that. Because we're going to be taking out this bull bear. Same process as usual. Alright. So the Ionium jet is back in place. Number 2 Ionium jet. The ads for these jets boast that with excellent mileage that's easy on the family budget, this jet will keep your wife smiling and propel you to a happy home life. 21 out of 30. So these 3 yellows are coming with us to get more bomb rocks. Now we're going to gather up the rest of the unarmed ones, and we're going to get out another 10. Alright. Because we have another bull bear to get rid of. Separate out the unarmed, and repeat the usual process. Alright. So we're going to go ahead and leave these 20 right about here. Meanwhile, we're going to go reunite with the Reds and get them carrying the bowsprit back. They're done building their ramp. Okay, all 40 are working on that. Good. Just one last thing to do. Get our army of yellows. And we need to get as many as we can through this little maze of walls and ramps. We need to at least get 10 to the end here, so that we can toss them up for this part. I need to be a little bit closer. Is that enough to carry it? No, not quite. There we go. I've found my UV lamp. The only problem with this handheld light is that it can be too bright at times. I have to remember to wear my sun visor whenever I look into it. We're going to get as many carrying this as we can. Okay, that's all Pikmin accounted for. We may even be able to get some food sources home. One thing I do want to go ahead and do is go ahead and nectar up some of my blues. Bowsprit, the so-called face of the dolphin. In point of fact, I designed it. 22 out of 30. And UV lamp. This handy light is great for tanning, but it doesn't seem to have any relation to the dolphin's flight capabilities. I doubt that it'll affect my escape from this planet. Perhaps there are other parts like this as well. 23 out of 30. We've got all the parts from the distant spring. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can get some food sources back here. It'd be nice to at least get the bull bears back. Yeah, we'll just go with that. That's probably about all we're really going to be able to bring back. So we'll swell the blue population a little bit. I'm not really certain that they were the ones that we had the fewest of, but, you know. At least it's something going back. It's growing our numbers a bit. And, well, the blues were handy. So, that's everyone accounted for. 7-Eleven Pikmin. I want a Slurpee. So, there we go. Distant spring cleared. Thank gods. I was actually starting to wonder if I'd actually be able to get all 4 parts today. So, I'm happy with that. Sorry, boys, the kitchen's closed. Eight days since impact. I've seen that, at times, the leaf atop a Pikmin's head will grow into a bud and then a flower. Just now noticing that, are you? It appears that if I do not pick the Pikmin sprouts, they gradually bloom over time. Fascinating. This melding of plant and animal traits is surely unique in the natural world. It's a plant. It's an animal. It's a planimal. I have found the increased swiftness of the flower Pikmin to be of tremendous benefit. Also, my diligent observation has recorded instances in which flower Pikmin lost in battle have left seeds behind. No, you haven't! I haven't lost anyone! This is why on days after fierce battles, I occasionally find new sprouts growing. No, you don't! Technically you do, if you lose Pikmin, but obviously, we haven't. But yeah, you can notice up there that that rather nice little diamond shape that marks where the Candypop Buds stuff happened. But then it averaged back out, and then blues got a bit of a raise, and indeed they were actually my lowest population, so that worked out pretty nicely. 33 sprouted today, total of 711. 7 parts remaining, 22 days to find them. I think we're gonna make it. So yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and save and quit here with day 8 complete, and the distant spring behind us. Thank gods that's over. So for now, that's the end of this one. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you're enjoying the series so far, and I shall see you again next time. Until then, fare thee well. So with day 8 complete, there weren't really any outtakes I could save that were particularly interesting. Basically anything that caused a failed run was just kind of boring and not really worth showing off. Things like, say, Pikmin tripping and causing problems, or the swooping Snitchbug landing in a bad location. Things like that. So instead for an extra, I'll show something special about day 8. If you come back to the impact site on any even-numbered day starting with day 8, you'll encounter a new enemy type. And it's not the iridescent flint beetle here that's causing problems. The enemy in question is the mamuda. The mamuda is fairly passive. It won't go out of its way to attack you. Until you strike. At this point, it will go a bit bonkers and it will attack your Pikmin. However, its attacks are completely harmless to Pikmin. All they'll do is bury them in mass numbers, ready for you to harvest them. But the thing is, it's fairly beneficial because in doing so, any Pikmin buried by the mamuda instantly become flowers. So hey, we have a nice number of flower Pikmin to harvest. The trouble is, since you have to harvest them, it's a bit of a time sink. If you've got an entire day to come back here and blow on this, by all means, it's not such a bad idea. But the thing is, like I said, it is a bit of a time sink, and so, honestly, I'd rather just use nectar. It's not as reliable, but it doesn't take quite as much time. You can defeat the mamuda and bring him back as a food source. We'll see how many seeds we get for him. Basically, this whole process, it was something that I didn't really feel like wasting an entire day coming back here just for that, so I figured I'd show it as an extra. Get out of the way, iridescent flint beetle! Determined to be in the way. Alright. So we've got 50 Pikmin right now, and that gave us 15 seeds. So, nothing particularly amazing, but not bad. But like I said, this is just something extra I wanted to show. I didn't really feel that the mamuda was worth dedicating an entire video to, or an entire day to come back just to see it. So, extras it is. But if you come back to the impact site on an odd-numbered day starting with day 9, something a bit more sinister is lurking.